Greetings and salutations. I have to do this for a second because we're experiencing some technical difficulties, but that's totally fine because you know what that means. It's time for Insurgency Elementals here on Roll for Trauma. Welcome back. It's Wednesday, my dudes. My vocal cords are broken, just in case you guys were wondering. But hi, welcome back, chat. What's going on? How you doing? How you living? Okay, they're not responding to me. That's fine. Say hi, players.
Hi, players.
Hi, players.
I love my players. I'm not a player. I just DM a lot, apparently.
No, this side. Okay.
Screaming, crying, and hollering even. While we get... Yes.
Well, can you turn your camera on your phone, even though it won't work?
I don't think it'll let me.
Before we...
Because right now the problem is without your... But you're not visible at all on stream, and it's breaking everyone else's cameras. So even if it won't load a picture of you, if you can press the on button, it'll fix everyone else.
Yeah, that's fine. It's funny because I'm adjusting myself in the box to make sure, and I feel like I'm cramped, and I'm like, it makes no sense if it's like I don't have...
You guys see me?
Not yet.
No, that's the one.
Oh, yep.
What's my front camera? My front camera works.
Yay, front camera!
Hey, that'll work.
Okay. Here. I don't know how to display it.
He's doing all types of backflips like that.
Does that work?
Like that.
Do you guys see
That'll
me?
work. Yeah.
Alright.
Let's talk about this Colgate movement.
Shut up. Continue.
I didn't say anything. Dang.
Kenny, make sure you're DMing Deontay on what time you need to leave, so we can transition appropriately.
Because you know I don't listen. No, that's fine.
That's it.
That's it, yeah. So, guys, what happened last week?
Oh.
Well, I licked Rome.
Oh. That's right, huh?
I had a slumber party with Inez.
I got robbed.
It was Enos's first
Wasn't really
slap.
robbed. It was just an exchange of currency.
Elijah had drinks with Cleo. I don't remember her fucking name anymore. We've gone around.
Cleopatra.
That's
She's my
spicy.
best friend, and we've gone in so many circles, I've gotten lost.
Look, at this point, her name's Rebecca. Fuck it.
Fuck it. They had drinks together, and they were flirting. And then the light up chicken that was Narina showed up and was like, "No, we gotta go. You should take her home. We got shit to do." And so he took Cleo home, and we all met up and we're like, "Yo, maybe we should go now. We should go now." And as we're leaving, like, we heard a scream coming from, like, my family's area where their homes were.
It was scary.
Cleo's house has a fucking hole in it, and her jacket is bloody. And we're like I'm like freaking out. There was a war within the party to get in the house.
I had to tug on Chinese tail.
Y'all stay trying to fight each
Not
other.
nice. Leave my tail alone.
I'll treat you to a
ran
drink.
to the temple, the big tree. We had a fun time playing hopscotch up the stairs inside the tree. We had to fight like a jaguar with tentacles.
You could say that. And
Yeah,
three
that's
heads.
basically what it looked like. Jaguar with tentacles. Then we fought the darkness and we won. We did not have to fight the zombies.
Nobody died.
Nobody died. Whoa, no icicles.
I just saved the day.
And now we're like, all right, so water next. Oshia?
Marina is very concerned for her family, and she's gonna go head to Oshia, but she has no idea how she's gonna get the rest of you there.
There are some concerns about a cat trying to get underwater.
And
Elijah's
fire.
not a concern anymore.
Arguably. but whatever.
Not a concern, out of character.
In character, that might be something
There are some
different.
concerns in and out character for the fire aspect of water, but we will see.
That's fine.
Hopes and prayers.
Huh. Righteous. Okay, well, you guys did good describing all of that. I'm very proud of you. I apologize in advance for, number one, the lackluster quality of my vocal cords, and also I apologize in advance for all of the ASMR simps that are getting their fill tonight from my voice being low like this. I'm not at full percentage, so you get what you get. Before we start, Narina, say something.
Something.
Inez, say something.
La la la.
Okay, so looking at right now, you both are switched, which is really weird. But I think, yeah.
I see that.
I was like, because I was wondering if it was gonna like move to it. I'm like, that's interesting.
My name is Dinez. I am princess. I am a princess. Look at my crown. Look at my crown. and
Hoity
I am
toity
princess.
toity, look at me.
Smack you. I will smack all of y'all. All of you are getting the newspaper.
Damn, did you steal that newspaper?
I'm gonna fight every single one of y'all.
Kenny, you can try to fight me. You can try to fight Vi. We both know we're coming out on the bottom.
In the middle. I'm in the middle.
You're not
I'm an
in the middle,
NPC, guys. Look.
Get back to where you belong.
Listen,
Back into
said
your
I'm
box.
a fight. I didn't say I'm a win.
I just wanted to clarify that you won't.
Oh, we're fighting?
We've been
If
you.
you're fighing Hanny, we both know she's coming out on the bottom.
Oh,
Because you're a better fighter.
on
Dang.
site. Beyonce's afraid to fight me.
You are scrappy.
Me?
Yeah.
Look, I know you in person,
You've
so of
seen
course
it.
I'm scared to fight you. Look, you've terrified me on occasions when you're not supposed to on accident, so on purpose, I know what you're capable of.
Yeah, but Beyonce, you're also babyface.
Somebody told me that today at work. They're like, you're like, I know you're like older, but you look like a 12-year-old. And I was like,
Damn, you're phobiaing.
I'm like, I mean, I kind of look the same age I did when I was 12 too, so fuck it, that's fine. Okay, sorry, I'm just,
Cole keeps saying that I look 12. I don't.
you do.
Beats
You do.
me.
I'm sorry for speaking.
I'm not gonna start this discussion.
Sorry.
Idea.
All right. Are you gamers ready to game?
Game.
Sorry.
Cole, give me an inspiration point right now.
You're giving me one?
No,
Three now?
no, I said give me one of yours. I'm sick of your shit. All right, you guys you guys ready to start this? Okay, again, R.I.P. to all of you guys who thought I was a cute, innocent individual, because this voice is not doing it for you. That is so freaking loud. There we go. As day breaks on the kingdom of Navrik, you hear the sound of wild seagulls taking off into the sky, the crashing waves against the shoreline. It's bright and early. The smell of salty ocean air greets your nostrils again as you're back in the center of town. People starting to go back to their norm, heading out into the fields to gather up some of the crops, children running around playing. And in the center of town, you're greeted by the priest that you met before going into the giant tree, and Shiny, your parents. We cannot thank you nearly enough for all of the help that you gave us. Truly, we are forever in your debt. And as they take this moment to bow in front of you guys, everyone else starts to bow as well. Almost like,
Wait a minute. Get up.
silly goofs. We don't bow here.
They slowly start to get up. Please take this offering that we have for you guys before you go on with your journey, and they give you guys a couple of baskets full of different produce and various like herbs and things that you can use for any potion making if you need to do that. A couple potions thrown in here and there. One specific basket is coming through the crowd shiny, and you can smell it before you see it. And it's the biggest bluefin tuna known to your little cat life. And carrying this is
So excited.
carrying this is your best friend Cleo, and she walks up to you and says, I still find it funny that you're the hero of this story when it probably should have been me since I'm more qualified. She puts a paw on top of your head, but I'm glad that you're going to be the one to help save the world. I wouldn't trust it with anybody else besides me.
You are so full of yourself sometimes.
Of course I am. Tosses the basket to you and then walks off. Don't die out there.
I'll do my best.
The priest
Well, I'm
comes.
just gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna catch up to Cleo.
Oh, I don't usually do this whole goodbye thing. It's weird.
I'm not here to say goodbye.
And what are you here for?
Well, the rest of the night got most unfortunately interrupted, so how about you owe me one?
Oh, you too, if you're good enough.
Got you home, didn't I? Twice.
Go save the world. She kind of like punches you jokingly in the chest and gets zapped slightly.
He's gonna laugh and walk off.
Shiny watches this and leans over to Narina and goes,
Patience is so hard.
Narina's just gonna roll her eyes and head towards the ship.
Anything else you guys are doing? Or are
You'll
you?
see. Yeah. You'll see Inez just kind of helping the guards prepare for our leave.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and help them with preparing also.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna go check on my parents real quick before I go to the boat.
Your father
Because you're in the
is.
middle of the
Uh-huh.
thing.
Your father's delegating directions to people, knowing that he was just yelled at by his wife and you to stop moving around so much on that broken leg. So he's pointing directions for people to move things around and go that way and helping organize stuff. Your mom's helping lift boxes, and they see you. Now, Shiny, promise me that you'll be a good girl out there and you won't get into anything super crazy.
Well, I can't. It's the world.
Make sure that you're brushing your teeth and that you're cleaning behind your ears and you're not
Yes.
tracking any mud inside any of these buildings that you're. I'm sorry.
I'm grown and responsible and capable. Otherwise, I don't think Lydrin would have chosen me.
You can kind
But
of
I
just hear
appreciate
his.
you and love you too.
You can hear Lydrin kind of laugh at that moment for some reason. It's like she's got a point. And everyone's kind of like looking around like they can hear his voice. Lydrin's known for being a little trickster and kind of interacting with people without actually interacting with people.
I put both my hands on my dad's shoulders and I said, Papa, you're gonna stay off your leg? Yeah?
Listen, I already got lectured by your mother this morning. I don't think I need to
That's
be
never
lectured.
stopped you before.
Fine, I promise I'll stay off of it.
That's a good papa. And she gives him a kiss on the forehead. She goes, okay, I'm gonna go take this giant fish and I'm gonna have a snack on the boat. But we're gonna go save the world. But take care of each other.
You take care of them. I don't think your friends will be able to do any of this without you.
I think that might be the opposite of the truth, but I think we all have to work together to do it. So I'm gonna help them.
You kind of
hug my mom, pat my dad's head again, and head off to the ship.
He pushes you away. He's like, "Go already." As you all are in the various locations in the ship, Narina, you would see Inez giving her soldiers directions and instructions on where to get things prepared as they're getting ready to ship off. Rome is helping some of them lift heavier items across the bow. Elijah's made his way back to the ship already. You start to hear a voice calling out to you. Narina, champion, heed my warning. The home you once knew has severely changed. Take caution.
Tempestus?
You feel your insignia glow a little bit. Kind of giving this like, almost like assuring like energy waving over you as if like answering your question, and then it slowly fades away.
Oh. Inez,
Yes. Sorry.
is there any way to make the ship move faster?
I've got about 12 more boxes we need to load, and then we're good to go.
Alright, we need to ship off as soon as possible. I know it's a long journey around the main island to get to the place we need to go. We gotta go quick.
I'm doing the best we can.
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay, texts happen.
Yep.
I've been the problem on more than one stream.
Happens to the best of us, man.
That just means you're a real
We're going
campaign
as
member.
fast as we can.
Okay, and Narina is
Should be
gonna
done in
go.
15 minutes.
Narina's gonna go and head up to like the very front of the ship, and she's just gonna wait there for departure.
Any last minute on land details? One of the guards walks up to Princess Inez. Princess, the ship is ready for departure. Just tell us where we're
Thank you.
heading and we shall depart immediately.
Yes. You can talk to Narina. She knows the direction, she knows the way. It's her kingdom, after all. Yeah.
As you command. The guards go towards the front of the ship. Lady Narina, we are ready to depart. If you'll give us the directions, we shall ship out immediately.
Yes, we are. I believe the fastest way is to head north and then head east around the main island.
Men, take your stations! And soldiers start scattering around the boat, pulling up the anchors, taking things off from where the dock is, where the ship is being held at. And the ship is now departing through the northern sea on its way towards Oshia. As you guys are going across the northern part of the ocean, you're greeted by a thick layer of fog the marine layer, it's early enough in the day still that it would kind of be rolling in, but it seems a little too thick for normal fog out on the ocean for a otherwise clear day. I need you all to roll a a perception, por favor.
Oh, I'm here for this roll. 21.
Okay.
I just wrote a nat already.
Okay.
I got
solid
eight.
12.
12.
I got a 14.
14.
Dropped half of my dice.
Damn.
1 sec. I know what I rolled, so that's good. Perception, right?
Yes.
18.
18. Okay, so 21, 20, 18, 14, 12. Out in the distance, maybe about 50 yards out, you're surrounded by nothing but ocean on each side of you. You guys can see creatures that would resemble dolphins jumping in and out of the water and then circling for some reason, almost as if they're trying to get your attention. As you're starting to get a little bit closer for Inez, Shiny, and Elijah, you all in detail would see that they are in fact circling a couple of dolphins that are within like the inner part of the circle. They seem to be injured of some sort. They're more of a green and like dark purple color as compared to the other ones that are more like this silverish blue.
Narina? Why is it that color?
Have one guess.
Healthy.
Narina's going to go up to the edge of the boat and she's going to use her friend of the sea. Never mind.
She said, just kidding, I'm not gonna do that.
It can understand me, but I can't understand it, so it makes no sense to do that. And she's going to roll a perception check on what that weird color is.
Go for it.
Would be a 20.
Based on the extensive research that you've been doing for the past 10-ish years of your life, as well as growing up in your home and seeing just how life has gone for your kingdom recently, you can tell that this dolphin in particular has been afflicted by some sort of sludge pollution. The plant life that they normally eat on, along with some of like the smaller fish that they ingest, must have been infected with this, and it's been causing them to basically rot away from the inside out.
Okay. Well, it is as I had feared. My town, my village, for lack of a better word, has been infected. It's been like this for about 80, 90 years or so. It's just been progressively getting worse.
Infected with what?
We're not sure. Some kind of toxic pollution. It seeps into everything.
Can we do anything to stop it?
We have tried multiple things, multiple sources from all over the lands. Nothing seems to get rid of it. It spreads in the water much like wildfire.
Well, then you have a bigger issue. If this was here 80 or 90 years ago, our magic ain't gonna fix it.
Not this, no. But I am hoping that getting in contact with Tempestus will provide some kind of solution.
Oh.
The quicker we get there, the better. And Arena is going to walk off by herself to the front of the ship again.
lean over to Elijah. Do you think that's why she keeps like pulling all those scrolls and stuff?
Well, big chance. You know, trying to find a solution. I could see it.
Also, you and Cleo, what's going on there?
Yeah, I've
Nothing.
heard the
Not even
talk
there
of the
anymore.
town.
You heard the talk of the town? What month did it start with? Look, Cleo's very sweet, and kindred spirits are attracted to one another. It's not just about bumping ugly, Shiny.
No. Cleo doesn't often have people in her life that are similar to her.
Well, we share similar interests. It is clear to me that her devotion is to your people, and that's commendable. But I have a world to worry about.
Yes. I just meant you guys have a lot of similar personality traits.
Yes, Shiny, we checked that
That
box.
seems to spark a little fire between y'all.
Fire
Check
really
that
goes
box
well
as
with
well.
like cats and like lightning.
It was a
What are y'all getting
metaphor.
at? Is there a purpose to this conversation, or have you just decided to pester me with information we all already know?
Leave that information to me. And Inez just walks off.
Shiny just like
Oh, that one.
giggles.
Roger just rolls his eyes. I am surrounded by children.
I need all of you to roll an Arcana for me really quick.
My dice are still busy.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I have a -1 on Arcana, and I just rolled a 0. Let's go.
You can't roll
I
a
agree.
0.
No, you rolled a critical failure.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
I rolled a 1 as well.
I got a 17.
Wow.
I just see ocean. That's almost
When I
an
rolled a 1,
yeah.
got a 3. I got an 8.
I got a 3. Ouch.
Two of us know what's going on.
Let's just take a minute before we jump into this to let you know that blessing your dice before every campaign is kind of like necessary. Thank you so much, Summer Bear, for gifting another sub. We appreciate that.
I did. I put them in my boobs.
I'm
And I blow on them. I don't know what anymore I can do.
Screaming, crying, and hollering. Summer Bear, who would you like this roll to go to?
Oh,
I'm starting to have some regrets over the last couple.
Damn. He said on Rome just to
fine.
compact that crit fail. That's fucked. Okay.
on roll it is.
It gets uncharacteristically wait, hold on. Okay. 0, 1. You said 3, Inez? No.
So-
Yeah, 3,
17.
17, 18?
18.
Okay, cool. Alright. It gets uncharacteristically quiet. Not because there's like, like it's in the middle of the night or anything. It's literally midday at this point, and the sun is out and shining. The fog is already rolled away, but it just gets uncharacteristically quiet for some reason. Inez, Rome, and Elijah, you wouldn't really notice this initially because you just are having this conversation about your wherewithal with Cleo and Inez and her monthly endeavors and whatnot. Rome is just kind of there. Rome is distracted by a seagull. Like, there's just a seagull just flying above, and he's so distracted by said seagull as he's looking like straight up, like almost a 90-degree with his neck looking up at this, that the ground within 10 feet of him becomes covered in slick grease, and every creature standing in this area falls prone. All of you fall prone because everyone besides Narina, because you all are relatively close to each other. And as you guys hit the ground, Shiny is the only one to notice when she hits the ground. Narina turns and notices as they all hit the ground that there's another person on this boat with you guys that isn't one of the crew members. Huh. I don't believe we've officially met. I mean, I know a few of you have heard me, so that's a thing, but I figured since you're playing my game well enough, you might as well see the face of the man who's orchestrated this magical game that you're playing, because, you know, I do love the games, and I figured I'd take charge of it this year.
And you are. That didn't really answer my question, though. Who are you?
Elijah stands up.
Shiny just like preps herself on all fours.
Ines kind of stands up and
Or
screams.
try to stand up, it's still slick.
Yeah, you're gonna be slipping at least 2 more times. So choose your standing properly. Oh. Gather around, children, gather around. And as he says this, you all magically get pulled closer to him without doing anything, kind of lined up in a row next to each other. Narina, you would feel this pull the strongest since you're the furthest away, but you would actually notice that when he does this gesture, a black tendril, similar to the ones that you guys saw in the Colosseum on the day of the games, wraps itself around your waist and yanks you over towards where he is. Well, isn't it so nice to have us all here together? Hi. For those of you that don't know me, which I'm sure none of you do, because why would you guys ever know anything about a random peasant who came to power all of a sudden?
Ines kind of pulls out her daggers and just holds them ready.
Oh no, you can't move. Not while I'm here. In fact, now that I think about it, nothing can move. And as he says that, you all kind of realize that the air has stopped. Birds are stuck in motion. The waves stuck in whatever position they were, whether they were crashing onto the boat itself, crashing as waves somewhere else, or just ebbing and flowing. Almost as if time itself has stopped. Except for you guys in this black space, basically. Yes.
So we can't move?
No.
Can we still talk?
Yes.
Alright, cool. Elijah's gonna look to him and go, "You're a waste of time."
Do we recognize his voice?
Inez
said
and
we've heard him
Elijah
before?
would. Inez and Elijah would recognize his
Inez.
voice immediately. Yeah.
Yeah, you're a waste of time, buddy. I figure since nobody's
Inez
told you in
kinda-
your pathetic life, I'd be the first.
Ines kind of looks at him and says, I know who you are, so you probably know who I am. Are you sure you want to do this?
My 2 favorites, actually. You know, honestly, I didn't think you 2 would be the first ones that I would meet. I kind of pegged it to be the bookworm and the cat first, but, you know, life is a little crazy sometimes. And as he goes over and walks towards both of you, he pats you both on your cheeks twice. I need you to both roll 2d10.
I have reactions to being touched.
Okay.
Okay, so he will take 3 points of damage for that,
That's totally fine.
and he will be marked with an electrification mark.
That is totally fine.
Perfect. You said 2d10?
2d10, yes.
Fucking guessing game. I'm missing all 6 of my dice sets are missing dice.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm not happy about this, and I can't find them.
Why is your villain hot? Stop it.
That's a rule.
What are you talking about?
Gotta be hot.
If the NPC
I need
ain't
bad
hot,
guys
I'm
to
not
stop
trying to
being
do
hot.
it. No, otherwise, why are they bad? They're bad for me. It's like,
Okay,
oh
I
my
got a
goodness.
10.
Okay.
I got a 5 and a 1, so 6 total.
Okay. 6, and then... Was that 10 total for you, Nez, or just 10 for the first one?
Yeah, 10 total.
10 total, okay. So as he pats you both on the cheek like that in the condescending tone that someone older would to a child when they're kind of scolding them about something, you take mental damage that kind of rocks you to your core. Inez, when this happens to you, all you hear is your parents' voices in the back of your mind. Honestly, it makes no sense why we even allowed her to go out with those ruffians. But then again, I mean, as rebellious as she is in general, I'm still really upset that you even allowed her to do this. Well, I'm so sorry that I thought that somebody could do something good for this family for once. It's okay. If she doesn't come back, we still have our son. It's not like it's the end of the world. But she'll do what she has to. Elijah, you hear the sound of your mother's voice. Don't worry. It'll be okay. Take me instead of them. And you have this image of her being dragged away by the guard of I was gonna say the Fire Kingdom. Jesus Christ, that is not what this is. I'm like, hold on, wrong place. I'm like, that's not what this is. The Lavar Kingdom.
Lavar Kingdom, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I had to feel. I understood.
I was like, Fire Kingdom, no, wrong group, wrong group.
I will give you fire.
Elijah is gonna look to him and go, "See, told you, pathetic." I've already reconciled with my past. If that's the best that you can do and muster up, which I doubt it is, don't get me wrong, I've already kind of pieced together what you've got going on. But, okay, bravo. You can look into our memories. You can have some future sight. You can figure out what's in the minds of our loved ones and manipulate it to try to get into our heads. Let's talk about the big picture. Come on now. Obviously, we're small fries, so let's not talk about the big things, right? What do you want? Oh, wait. Don't tell me. You're not going to. It's fine, because I've been trying to fucking talk to you. But I'm just wasting my time, right?
He looks over to Narina and Shiny. I can see why you two admire him so much. Goodness gracious. Huh, yes, Ines.
Are we able to cast?
Nope.
Like spells? No.
Nope. You are just a body. Just stuck in suspension, basically, in front of this man.
Narina is going to look at him, like take a breath. Well, you've gathered us all here. What is your name?
Oh. I'm sorry, that is a little rude of me to not introduce myself sooner. Hi, I'm Xeon. I'm the host of Velkalth. In case you guys don't know who that is, I'm pretty sure you do, Narina. I am the host of the sixth deity, the deity of darkness. The one who plans on making sure that you guys get your little power-ups from your deities, and then completely and totally obliterates you, takes over that power, and becomes the one true ruling deity. But of course, you guys already knew that. But it's funny because I myself personally can't just go and get them for him for some reason. He picked the frailest body but gave me so much power, and yet we're bound by the idea of no one being able to handle them all at once unless they're willingly given. So I figured I'd set up this whole elaborate scheme where you guys go and figure out everything, fix your deities, gain some power, and then I'll do everything in my power to torture you until you're within an inch of your life, take those powers from you, completely eradicate you and all your loved ones, and then start over with the new world order in which I rule.
And
Yep, typical.
Once a peasant, always a peasant.
Shiny goes, "Aw, the villain has a monologue. How edgy."
Don't you love it when they tell us so much about their evil plan?
It was so easy.
Narina is going to clear her throat very loudly. and what happens, theoretically, if we gain all this power and then go our separate ways and do not return to where your little friend is being kept? What then?
He steps a little bit closer to you, up to the point where you guys are maybe an inch away from each other. Oh, I don't think that would work out well for you. See, these other two, they think that they're safe because they restored their deity. They got a little power boost to themselves. I still have everyone wrapped around my finger. And
You have no idea what I'm capable of. Never
Oh,
speak of me.
Princess, how cute. And as he says that, your mouth completely disappears. Like I was saying, it's really cute that you guys give tempers and everything like that. It's so nice. It's fantastic. Actually, before I have any more interruptions, and he looks at Elijah, you're going to start to turn into, like, string. Like, out of context, like, it kind of fucks with the meta, but it makes sense. If you've seen, Multiverse of Madness, how she did Mr. Fantastic, that's exactly how it's going for you right now.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay.
As I'm turning into string, I'm going to turn into electricity.
Okay, that's fine. But now
Yeah,
you're just a bunch of electricity sitting on the floor.
Lightning doesn't sit on the floor, my guy. You said so yourself. I can retain my shape in lightning.
This is a different space.
Explain it to me then.
As you're crumbling into this, and I can see you shift. I'm saying I can see you shifting like I'm. Sorry, I'm in character. As Xeon sees you shifting into lightning. Oh no! See, I get what you thought was gonna happen in this situation, but remember, this is my domain. Regular rules don't apply here.
It's only fear. You only prey on fear. None of this is real.
Like I said, pathetic. And that's the last thing he says before turning into lightning spaghetti.
Lightning spaghetti.
Lightning spaghetti.
Listen.
Somebody please quote that.
Listen. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this once. Regardless of what you guys do, no matter how much effort you guys put into working with each other to get this to happen, no matter what your deities are telling you and whatever this prophecy says about you guys doing it, you can't beat me. I just thought I'd introduce you so you can at least see the face who's going to enjoy watching you all suffer in pain later on. And kind of looks at Narina, especially you. I don't know why, but taking a liking. As he says, or as you say that, Shiny, you're completely engulfed by all of your fur.
It's the weirdest fur ball I've ever had.
You're coughing up continuous hair as this is going on. It's like you're basically vomiting up hair. And it's like a constant loop going back in and out of you. You're turning into a wheel of hair, basically. He looks at Narina and then looks at Rome. You two in particular. We'll see if you're actually capable of really figuring out what I'm trying to do. I mean, I've told you basically everything, but how much fun would that be if I gave you all the details right from the beginning? I just gave you enough to whet your appetite. But it's okay. I'll be watching you guys. Have fun. He winks. The darkness that was holding on to each one of you guys slowly starts to go back into him as it does, and as your mouth grows back. Elijah, you're still in this electrical form, but you're going back into the form of...
Thank you.
Jesus Christ. Thank you so much for the 500 bits. We appreciate that, Lava. Everyone's kind of returning back to themselves. You blink, and he is gone.
Oh, this asshole.
Lava, who do you want that to go to?
We know that he can manipulate perception. He has yet to cause any real physical damage, right? I mean, he can manipulate senses. What you can see, what you can feel, what you can hear. But that's as far as he can go. However, the paralysis is a little concerning.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
There must be a way to get around it.
Guys, love this brainstorming session, but I gotta take a second for me. And Ina just kind of walks off.
If we always let the fear get to us, we're never gonna get through this. But I say let's give her some time. I need to research this. And Irina's gonna walk back to the front of the boat.
As you guys are having this very serious situation and Inez is going down into her room, Elijah, you're covered in fish mucus.
Shiny perks up immediately.
Good.
Seeing as I'm still made of lightning, it's gonna smell like some very delicious fried fish.
It's very much sizzling.
My tail is absolutely twitching, but I recognize that he is in fact lightning, so I do not lick him. But I am tempted.
I was gonna look at Chad and be like, "Doesn't hold a hand out."
Will it shock me?
Badly.
I don't want it. I'm made of fur. I did this once. I didn't want it.
Elijah's gonna jump in the ocean.
Okay.
Just get all of it off of him and then turn back to normal and get back on the ship.
With your expert climbing skills, I'm gonna let that just be as is.
Okay.
We're gonna cut to Inez really quick. Inez, as you're stumbling to get back into your sleeping quarters, the boat's kind of like rocking. You guys were stuck in this weird floating space before, and this is the first real time that you've ever been out, like on the deep open sea like this. You're starting to feel unnaturally seasick, but more than just the regular sense of like, oh my gosh, I can't like handle my stomach, I'm seasick. It's a combination of the lasting magical encounter that you just had with Xeon is causing you to feel something a little deeper. One of the guards sees this and kind of looks over to you and just goes, Princess, you don't look too well. Maybe we should escort you to your room.
As you can. Hurry.
He instinctively grabs a bucket, hands it to you, and starts pushing you towards where your room is. And as he gets you set up, he runs back out really quick, grabs some water and some blankets. Princess, it's probably best for you to kind of just relax for the time being. I'll make sure no one disturbs you for the time. Please don't puke on the boat, though I really don't want to clean it.
I know what to do. Thank you. Bye.
As you wish.
Where am I?
You're still.
I'm sorry.
He closes the door on Inez. We're gonna cut back to the main group. You guys are still all on the main deck.
I'm very pouty.
Roll for disappointment.
But is there any like any what's the word? Any crew members on the deck right now?
You see a few kind of doing like things, moving boxes around, some attending to the masts and stuff, and making sure that they're still charting the proper course and everything.
I'm gonna look towards them and be like, do you guys know any shanties?
You know, they're kind of like all looking at each other, and one of them kind of steps up. You know, seeing that we're from a kingdom that's basically on the same land as an active volcano, we don't really go out to the ocean that often. And we usually take a land bridge getting towards the mainland, so no, we don't really take the sea too often. I don't think we know any shanties like that.
We gonna take a quick break?
Yes. With that, as they're kind of having that moment, what we're going to do is switch over to our intermission really quick. I know it's a little bit earlier, but we got some really interesting things, so we're going to show you guys the break promo. And then we'll pass you over for therapy with Elijah. So we'll hit that break promo, and then we'll see you in intermission.
Want a break real quick?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll get some water. Be right back.
I need to go. Love y'all. Bye.
To Collective Co. And congratulations on your new position. My name is Janet, and I am the Vice President of Operations of Collective Co. Allow me to tell you a little bit of background of our great company. Collective Co. was founded by our divine CEO, Frank Levitt, in 2023. Frank developed the technology for all our divine products in the basement of his mother's home, nothing but a laptop and a dream to make the world a better place. You are probably very familiar with our world-renowned technology that is used in everyone's day-to-day operations. You have been assigned to our most prestigious facility, headquarters. You will be working our base of operations. Whether you will be working in customer service, research and development, or even groundskeeping, we are pleased to have you join us.
Please review the following documents about your
Specific position, and welcome again to the Collective Co family, where we strive to make the world
one.
Can you hear me? It's time for therapy. It's time for therapy.
The ring roll for trauma wasn't a blaring fucking sign.
Eddie, no! Eddie, stop!
That would be a critical failure.
What's going on, kiddos?
Hey, yo.
Yeah, it is actually the technical term. You rolled a stabber base.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Fuck me.
So that thing's broken. Don't know how to fix that right at the moment. If I slide all the way over to right here, there we go. It's like a mini thing. We'll roll with it. Yeah, there you go. Aspect ratio. Yeah, we're doing a different setup this time around, where we're trying to actually also have the DM streaming through Discord, so that the players can have a bit more connectivity. Unfortunately, that makes it all the more difficult. Yeah, I know it's cut in half. I'm telling you right now that it's cut in half. Thank you for letting me know that it's cut in half, as I tell you it's cut in half. Yeah, but it's a pain to fix. So, this is it's pretty much what we're gonna get today. I'd like to make it prettier, but the other live scenes are kind of set up in a fashion to avoid that. Actually, I'm gonna check it real quick. So heads up, players. So this is live scene 2. And as you can see, everyone is where they're supposed to be for this one. We had to remove one of the people. Actually, no, not everyone is where they're supposed to be, because so let me see. That's why I was like, let me check. Better I check and know than not. I don't even know how to fix that. Whose camera is this? There we go. I'm just gonna put Shiny where Shiny belongs. And we're gonna put me where I belong. And then we're gonna check everything again, and my thing is now too high, so we're gonna pull it all the way down to here. And there we go. See, problem solved. Now back to intermission. It's gonna be a little small, and we're not playing therapy song again. So hello, enjoy the screen. I didn't even think to fix that, honestly, but it's a pain to do it on repeat over and over and over again. No matter. Today's therapy is about control. What do you do when you feel like you've lost control? For all the subby wubbies in the chat, don't worry about it. You like it, you're into it. But in a more generic fashion, hey, it's my therapy. This is okay. But
In a more generic fashion, life can often feel like it's out of your control. What do you do in those instances when these things happen to you? Well, the best thing you can do first is recognize the difference between perception and reality. Perception is something that we're perceiving, but that doesn't equal it's the reality of what's going on. And if we take that information of perception and we run with it like it's fact, we can often find ourselves tripping over the simplest of issues and turning them into mountains, or, the whole don't make mountains out of molehills. This same thing can amplify when it comes to stuff that we're really passionate about, things that we want to accomplish, or goals that we've set for ourselves that we feel really strongly about, and it doesn't feel like it's in our control. That's okay. Find out what is in your control realistically, not just in what you're perceiving in that moment, not just what's emotionally driven, and then know how to proceed forward. So if some evil, demented peasant hops on your ship and decides that they're going to take away all of your control and everything that you're doing is playing right into their hands, okay, well, that could be a lot. It could feel out of your control in that moment. Don't act emotionally, act rationally. Recognize what reality really is and understand how to proceed forward, because nothing happens unless we make it happen. But we'll get into that later. Can't let the DM know my plans. Oh yeah, I'm gonna plot with all of the players between this episode and next episode. DM's not gonna know what hit him.
I mean, I never know what hits me anyway.
In other news, all of my dice sets are fucked, and I must now buy new dice. I'm not kidding. I have one complete dice set, and unfortunately it's the one set that I was going to get rid of because they're very old and feel bad. So yeah, I'm really sad. I've had a lot of very special dice. I had a set that changes color based off of when you're holding it, like almost like a mood ring, like it just with temperature. Yeah, that one's missing 2 dice. The set that you gave me, Violet, is missing a dice. The white ones, the white stone ones. Yeah. The metal dragon ones that are actually like not rounded is missing a dice. The blood circle ones is not missing a dice, but they're incredibly hard to use because they're all basically balls. So which is why I don't ever use that one. And one of my oldest sets that basically I've had for like the last 8 or 9 years is now missing a dice. And with that many missing and not a lot of places for it to go in the bedroom, I think I would have found it by now, which only concerns me to where the fuck have they been. And I haven't been using the dice box because I've left it here for the DM to use. But then he's like, I'm not using your dice. So I was like, cool, I'm going to use mine today. And then when the next time I roll like 6d10, I'll actually have 6 there. It turns out that that wasn't true. So dropping it or not, those dice had to have been missing for a while because I just don't know where the fuck they are. I have no idea. I mean, it wouldn't be difficult for them to open the box and take something out of it. And I've had it right here for the last 2 days. So I don't know. I'm very very sad. But on the plus side, that means new dice. I really like metal dice. So if you guys got recommendations, slide them in my DMs. And let me know what's out there. Don't try to break my bank. Hey, I'm rich. Fucking dice can be crazy. Yeah, I'd be down for that. Where are you? I can hear you, but I can't see you. Mm-hmm.
It's special. What's this guy's name? I don't know. It's Zeon.
Xenon? Girl of the 21st century?
Listen.
Zoom, zoom, zoom!
That's exactly what I was thinking. That's why it's funny.
Yeah, girl in the 21st century.
But then that means that we're spelling it the way that it should be spelled, is X-E-O-N, right? Come on.
That's fair.
Have you ever had...
The dice are gone. Have you ever had a dream where you Right, that was for Jilly.
I don't think it's mental anymore.
Oh, cool. Well, no, he had a 1, but with a -1 modifier. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you wrote a critical fail. Anything? Well, I don't know. It depends on the DM because the DM can allow negative. There we go. Now you guys can see me. Right now, did it break everywhere else? That's the question. Oh, still good. Just needed to be fixed here. Just make my arm disappear. Ooh. You can't see me. You can't see me. Right, just. If I talk like this,
popping in and out on stream while you do that.
If I talk like this, I am completely anonymous.
You're really not though. I'm like, why does your anonymous voice sound like? Why are you trying to? What the fuck are you doing?
Why are you touching shit on my desk?
Listen, you know when you're
You're like one of my kids. Stop touching shit on my desk. I'm gonna throw shit at you.
You know I see anything coming in front of me, you know I'm touching it.
All right.
Damn.
So we're just waiting for Rome to get back.
I was just sitting there playing with that for like 2 hours straight.
Bro, I'm heartbroken.
It's just
I'm sorry, I don't know where they went out. The white ones should all be together. They've been in that box.
Nope. They're not there anymore.
That one we can probably attribute to the tiniest human.
They got it and they ran.
Yeah, the white ones and the metal temperature changing ones were in the little thing on the desk that he often sits at. So I have no fucking idea where those missing ones are. And then as far as inside the box goes, some of them could be in the room still when I dropped it, because I didn't fully drop it. I caught it, and only a couple fell out. And I found 4.
It's probably under there somewhere, right?
I checked under the bed. I checked in the laundry basket, under the laundry basket, in the blanket, and behind me, all the way around the floor, and underneath the desk. If you like. We got time. Rome's not back yet. It's a or a different dice set. Nope. Yeah, but you're not in front of it. Screw. Alright, I'm taking one of my jars. I'll take it off of Etsy. I don't care.
I was gonna say, I have my extra set.
No, it's okay.
For sure?
Yeah, because I'm just going to rebuild my collection up.
Dang, I gotta find a new set.
There you are. Okay, folks. If we take the blue pill. Or we could take the red pill. Which one do you guys think is more me? Oh yeah, they both have labels, but I'm not saying yet.
I'm telling you, I can go run and grab mine and be barely an inconvenience. It'll be super simple. Barely an inconvenience.
Yeah, but my shirt is blue. And apparently stained. We need a tiebreaker. If I could, I'd go purple, but we don't have a purple set.
Like every time I get dice, because I always get a new set for everyone. I always get dice that like match my character. And since I don't play this like giant so I get like some like robotic looking dice and stuff. It's always really fun trying to find a new pair of dice for like or a new set of dice.
We got 2 blues and 2 reds.
But I also have to find something once for yours too.
I need a tiebreaker. Violet, blue or red? You can see it on the bottom. I will not keep keeping the jar. I'll give you the jar.
Nobody has the DM.
The blue.
I don't know. I just know I have a case to put my dice, so I'm taking this one, which is the Warlock one. Good choice, folks. All right. The only person not back is me, so I believe this is the end of therapy with Elijah. We had a name for it. Epiphanies with Elijah. Yeah.
So I had an epiphany. That's how I have to start every session. So I had an epiphany.
Ooh, that opened nicely. That feels good opening. Here are the dice you guys chose for me. Good choice. It's 2023. Time to build a new set. Yeah, it does. Well, if you insist. I'm getting out of this chair and letting Deontay take back over. But thank you guys for being a part of Elijah's Epiphanies, and I will see y'all on the next one. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Take a moment to just really appreciate the end of Evangelion shirt. It's cute. Yeah. What you say? Evangelion. Elephant. You say Evangelion? Crazy.
Listen, I know where one of them's been stashed at.
Maybe. We're gonna be the one that saves me, or whatever they say.
That was my plotting. That's how I plot. I don't plot scientifically.
Yeah. Good thing she's an artificial G. Alright, you guys ready to get back in there? Let's jump back in. Live scene number 2. Somebody please clip that. That's
He already knows.
That's fine. Well, she's gone.
But Inez is gone.
Inez is gone forever. I need somebody to clip that. That was the funniest thing I said. So are you guys ready to get back in there? Like, we're ready. Live scene number 2 instantly drops. I'm like, I guess we're not ready.
The link you sent me, Jilly, is literally from one of the missing dice sets that I have.
Dang. Ding,
Yeah,
ding, ding.
little hollow dice.
You just dropped?
Yeah, you
I love
just
that
you just
too.
dropped. It was funny. Okay.
No, Inez is.
Yeah.
Inez is gone. Yeah.
Gone forever.
Yeah, Inez is seasick.
She's
What I
seasick.
missed? Okay.
Hanny had real life stuff to handle, so Inez is seasick. Ay, mijo. Okay, now we're ready. Ocean sounds,
We'll drop
water.
one more time before we start.
Don't do that. As you're going through the Eastern Sea, heading towards Oceania, the consistency of the water is starting to change. What sounded like normal splashing waves crashing against the side of the boat is starting to make a more thick slopping sound, almost as if it's kind of like more viscous and
You know, we can stop with that.
slimy, kind of like it's the equivalent of the fish mucus that Shiny just loves to lick off of all of her friends, but
does it smell like it?
absolutely not.
Okay, yeah, no.
Shiny, with you having the strongest nose on the boat, would instantly notice that the smell goes from the normal salty, fresh scent that you would normally smell going on a boat, and it changes into this kind of rotted and putrid, almost like, think a body just disappearing and then the body floating back up, and
It's fine.
it's been waterlogged.
I'm crying.
Shiny
You're fine,
starts
you're
making
fine.
gagging cat throw up sounds.
McDonald's Wi-Fi.
Does your home always smell like this, Karen?
No, something is seriously wrong.
As you're saying this, oh my gosh, I gave myself the like mental picture, and now I can smell it, and I don't like that. That's bad. I know, I did it to myself. Violet, I hate you. You're starting to hear thuds hitting the boat between the combination of this like thick viscous liquid hitting the boat in combinations of slime and sludge and bits of ocean water trying to break up the molecular structure of this to kind of make it more liquid again. And you're starting to see some of the wildlife that would be normally swimming around the oceans of Oceania, and they are absolutely just pelting the boat. They have gone belly up basically, and it's just a graveyard of sorts of different fish and jellyfish and all types of different creatures that are there. Rotted seaweed kind of floating to the surface. This once pristine kingdom, though suffering from bouts of pollution, has gone into such a state that it's basically sewage at this point. I'm trying to like not describe it like super disgusting because I still have to be part of this campaign.
Too late. Too late.
Too late.
It harms
I'll do
itself
it.
in its confusion.
Is it kind of like rotted custard mixed with trash and landfill?
So have you ever seen like mayonnaise that's like left inside of like the refrigerator for like way too long, and it's kind of like grown something on top of it, so it like still has that like gelatinous like form, but also like not
Little
like
fuzzy.
it's yes.
Sorry.
Flavor.
Ew.
Okay.
The ocean is a fuzzy caterpillar.
Think fuzzy caterpillar on top of like really green jello, and it has like bits of
Ooh.
like fish and seaweed and
Yeah.
coral in that
I
thing.
cannot describe how badly I want to deafen right now.
You never know how the trauma's gonna hit you.
You know, sometimes we all have to suffer together. We're in the same boat because right now I just disgusted myself, but I had to keep going. That's the trauma y'all wrote.
You
I
didn't
know.
have to do that.
It's fine. I redeemed my own role for trauma.
Well, I'm just gonna go. Glad I jumped in before.
Right. That's funny. You're getting closer to this kingdom of yours. And the boat physically stops. Not because they're being held back by like any like oncoming residents, but because the water itself has become so thickened and just stagnant with layers upon layers of just grossness. Yeah, he found it. That it's just
Yeah.
you can't. You can't. You can't
yeah.
move.
Shiny goes, you mentioned the pollution, but my God.
This isn't normal. This isn't safe. I've got to get down there, and Narina is going to begin climbing off the boat.
Elijah is gonna look at her. She's coming off. Hey, so you're panicking. Here's an idea. Maybe don't go down there.
I have to.
No, listen. What do you hope to accomplish down there? At the very least, we need to be on the same page. But we have to be realistic about the threats that we're just throwing our way too. Let's accomplish both if we can, without empowering big, bad, annoying peasant. We can't act irrationally. Or this is everywhere.
Listen to the voice of reason.
You also have to figure out how to, like, get through it with you.
I haven't intended on you all coming with me.
Well, I mean, you're not going alone. You helped all of us. Why wouldn't we help you?
Because your lands aren't toxic. This stuff, it's not.
None of us can do this alone. You've been fighting for what seems like a long time. You said, what, 70, 80 years to try and figure it out? You have friends now.
It kills you slowly.
Okay.
I'm not really good at dying, so.
I don't think any of us might be good at dying, but that's, like, we'll deal with that another time.
Except for maybe Rome.
Shiny is still, for the record, absolutely gagging through this. The smell is killing her.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to find a way to get down there, and you guys can't breathe underwater. Although, I don't think any of my people can breathe under there.
Yeah, I don't think it's water anymore.
We could also take a completely different approach here. Hear me out. Might sound a little crazy. Rome?
Yes.
I'm guessing you can channel wind, right? We talked about that before?
Say again?
I'm guessing you can channel wind, right? We talked about that before?
Yes, I've used it before. What are they trying to use it for?
Well, if you can channel wind down, we can get down.
Ooh.
I believe
it's an ocean.
Tiny, you can make us a tunnel from underneath the ground and pull it up. You purge the water out of it, and then we can descend.
Okay. You said bring ground up, and then like.
Yeah, we'll have Shiny make a
tunnel there.
tunnel for all of us, that will still be with water in it, and then you purge the water out with the air, and it'll go straight down to wherever we need it to be.
I don't know about this. You could easily destroy structures down there.
Give that a shot.
Every building.
Your job, Marina. Let us know where to put it.
I've never made a hole. I've only ever made a mound, like a column of dirt. I
And
could
make
try.
columns, and we'll be in the middle of it.
What about if I channel air bubbles while underwater so we can breathe in?
Water per se anymore. See, look over the edge of the boat. It's kind of disgusting now. No offense, Arena. It's not your fault. It's icky though, and it's basically sludge. But it's not, like we can't really swim through that. But I think he might be onto something. I can try and like maybe make the columns down instead of up.
Well, if
which would then make
you're
it
really
right?
concerned about the structures, then
Well,
why not just create something that we can be in, made of earth, and then you control the water and push it down like a submersible vehicle of some sort.
is that a thing I am capable of doing? I only know the two.
I believe out of character we're allowed to use our lightning, our abilities in mysterious ways.
Absolutely.
So that's why he's
Okay,
pitching
I
his random
didn't have
shit.
that context, so I'm just like.
Okay, I thought that was something known. We can just use our powers in a non-combative fashion.
No, that was that. No, I didn't.
What do you think I'm always doing lightning shit?
Well, now you know.
Yeah.
I was like,
Listen, I thought maybe you had.
she said, I thought you were just built different.
To be fair,
I am
he
built
is
different,
built
but
different.
that's not the point. This part you can just do.
Well, if we're gonna do that, we might as well just make the entire ship submersible.
I don't think the crew's gonna take the time into that. Plus, we may need an escape route.
Or it might be better to leave the ship aboard or above.
Safe on the edge of
Deep
this
do we
mess.
have to go?
Good question.
Well,
How
I
deep?
can try that and make like basically like a dirt bubble.
It's gross.
That's right. That's what you're meaning, right?
Hollow ball more.
Like a spear around.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by bubble. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a
You maintain the oxygen within it, and Marina, you use the water currents to move us where we need to go.
You're going about 200 feet down from the surface, just to let you know.
This is about
Manage
the Ocean
that,
Gate 2.0.
I think we can do it.
Sorry.
I believe in us. Okay. Can I? She's gonna wander around the upper deck for just a second, looking for like rubber boots or something of that nature. Ugh. Her bare feet do not want to touch this.
Roll for investigation.
Perfect thing.
You need to put on your detective eyeballs to see if you can find some boots.
Oh, my investigation score is not good. Okay, so 14 work.
They're a little run down, but there's some boots that you see on the deck.
Oh, yeah, these will do. And she like tucks them on and goes, okay, I think I'm ready.
Elijah's gonna go, alright, Puss in Boots is ready. Rome, how are you looking?
Before we cut to Rome, Puss in Boots, as you put your feet into these worn down boots, you never bothered to ask where the boots came from, and they probably were on the side of the boat because your foot goes directly into this slop, basically. He was like, I don't even want to hear it about.
She immediately like pulls her foot out, runs over to the edge, and throws up.
Damn.
Horrible cat retching sound.
Like, you see how cats get when they see cucumbers? They just like, it's gross.
Yeah, no, it's
Love that. After getting the icky disgustingness out of your boots,
Yes, I'm just gonna be barefoot then. I said.
it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Take off my armor before we do this, because I don't want to sink if, and I'm gonna just take the spear, that Narina gave me, or the former trident.
Former trident. Love that.
your one-legged trident. I hate it.
Crazy.
So how would that, I mean, this is out of question, or I'll ask it in chat, actually.
I just want to see how you guys do this. This is gonna be fantastic. Not me just staring into the camera, just hi.
Yeah.
How are
He
you?
was... Oh, owie. I did ouch.
You did the ouchies. As you guys are slowly prepping to get everything set for this, Shiny, your insignia starts to glow incredibly bright. As this is happening, you can hear Lydrian's voice saying, "Finally using my power for something, I like it." And the dust from the boat itself, though pristine and regal because this is a royal boat from the Lavar Kingdom, still can accumulate dust and starts flowing from every inch and corner of this boat from bottom to top, and starts to form this spear in like this like weird tornado formation, and then creates this orb basically for you guys to go into. It's about a 15-foot circumference, diameter. Jesus Christ, I was a math major. Why do I not know this? My degree means nothing.
Damn. It's the game.
It's just a big ass bubble. Okay, you just
Yeah,
made a big
we got a
ass
big old ball of dirt.
big old ball of dirt. Yep, that's it. That's
Big old
correct.
hollow ball. Like a hamster wheel.
You see the same sigil insignia of Lydrian that's tattooed on you on the orb. It glows yellow and then opens up to give you guys access inside of it.
Everybody step in, please.
All right. Narina is going to jump in and start kind of like using her power to move the water around it a little bit, testing out to see how she moves, how she can move it.
As you're playing with this aspect of the water, trying to see how you can navigate around it, your insignia starts to glow a bright blue, and you can hear Tempestus's voice again. Narina, there isn't much time. You must rescue me.
You know, I'm coming.
And then you hear your sister's voice. Narina's back? Narina, where are you?
Arnie?
The water from your giant shell backpack that you have on starts to glow the same blue that your tattoo is, basically, and it forms around the dirt bubble, which would normally be causing mud in that situation, but it's creating basically this layer around it to kind of keep it protective of anything on the outside of it.
All right, everyone. All aboard that's going aboard.
Rome, you froze for me, my guy. Rome, can you try turning your camera off and then turning it back on really quick? There we go. Well,
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
No worries, no worries. Okay. So you guys are all inside of this bubble. This makeshift vessel that you've created to get into the waters, or lack thereof, of Oshia. How are you lowering this into the used to be sea?
Okay, so I'm going to use my powers to kind of push it diagonally down into the general direction to where I might think the temple is. I'm a little turned around, obviously, because I can't see directly down, but I'm not going straight down. I don't want to sink it. I want to go diagonally. I know how depth works, and I don't want to plunge these people 200 feet underwater immediately. So I'm taking it gentle.
It's very kind of you.
Although it wouldn't affect me, and it would be very funny on them.
Get air bubbles in our blood.
What? I don't want to watch you guys explode.
That's crazy. That's crazy how that works. So you guys are slowly making this descent into the darker combination of slime and sludge and water from where it used to be. As you're making this descent down, you would start to feel the pressure as you're going deeper and deeper underwater. Not as aggressively as it would normally be due to this combination of magical, purified, holy-ish, not holy water, but holy-ish water that Narina's using to act as like a barrier around you guys, and the solid, even though it's made entirely out of dust and dirt, transportation that Shiny has created for you guys. As you're going down, you can feel the temperature start to slightly rise in some areas. It gets like extremely hot. You can tell that you're probably passing by some underwater sea vents. And in this, you can feel the current of the ocean currents kind of like tossing you guys around. Still kind of going in the general direction that Narina's directing it towards, but being swayed every now and again by certain things. And you hear some very deep guttural growls. Narina, you would recognize some of these creatures as like some of the different like deep water sharks that are there. There's a couple other beasts that are there. They're kind of like those leopard seals, or those the real scary ones from Happy Feet. This is childish that I thought they were scary, but those things are scary as hell. Those those like real scary like sea lion, leopard seal demons.
Okay. Does this thing have windows?
It does not, because you guys didn't make any.
Rude.
Well, I mean, we didn't describe whether or not we did. You described what it looked like.
Do you want to make a window for it?
Yes, we would like to have windows. How are we going to see where we're going?
I don't know. You guys just said you wanted to make a dirt bubble and go underwater. What the fuck was that supposed to do with that information? I'm just kidding. Kidding.
Yeah. So we'd like to make windows with the air pushing the water out.
Shiny, since this is a creation of your own and you have control over Earth itself, you're able to carve out a window, and the water would normally be rushing straight through because Narina surrounded your creation with this layer of this magical water that she's controlling. You're able to see out, and
I want to talk to these animals. So I'm going to use my my friend of the sea. I can communicate any simple ideas to a beast with a swimming speed. It can understand my words, but I cannot understand it in return. So I'm going to use it to ask these seals to guide us directly to the temple.
As you project out these sonar waves towards these seals, they kind of look at each other and look at you, and then they kind of give you and then start swimming down in the direction that you guys were going, a bit more to the left, and at a pretty quick speed.
Alright, so the temple isn't normally submerged. There's pockets of air within each of the buildings so that we don't have to leave. Sea elves do normally have to come up for air every once in a while, but this way, with the air underwater, it's not nearly as bad. So my idea is to drop you guys off at the temple and go take care of some things?
I mean, we could do that. Is there something you want us to, like, investigate at the temple while we wait? Or are we sitting on our thumbs?
Well, if the structural integrity has crumbled like the other two temples, then it would be...
Elijah shakes his head. I'm not waiting. I'm going with you.
I would really rather you not.
Yeah, but I'm reckless, and who knows what lightning I might fire off underwater. So I'm going with you.
It's not a bad idea, actually. I don't want to be electrocuted.
Fine. But you keep your hands to yourself. You stay inside.
No problem.
Right.
What'd you say, Rome?
We're still in the bubble?
Mm-hmm.
Yay! Okay.
Goblin Nerd, thank you so much for following. Welcome to the chaos that is Roll for Trauma.
Alright, Narina's gonna call out to the seals. Change of plans, boys. Take me home.
They start picking up speed even quicker and start to dive down deeper as they're leading you guys through this cavern, this cave system basically underwater. You're starting to see different forms of like bioluminescent plants, fish that have bioluminescence like anglerfish and things like that. These magical creatures that you've probably read about in books, but Narina would know because she's grown up underwater with these things. And as you guys are coming towards the edge of this cave entrance, you see this light blue orb in the distance. As you're getting closer and closer to it, you would realize that this is the protective barrier that you use to take care of Neptus, your kingdom. And as they're getting closer to the bubble, the seals kind of split their ways, going off, getting distracted by some fish that are swimming by. Everything looks somewhat pristine on the inside, even though the waters around are dark and murky. As you're approaching closer and closer to the outside of this dome, basically, that's protecting your kingdom, you're stopped by a ship. And this ship shines a light on you guys. Identify yourselves.
Okay. Now please, Elijah. Please don't touch anyone.
Look, it's very electric eel in water. Unless I'm shooting off lightning, you got nothing to worry about.
Oh, I have so many things to worry about. Okay. Narina Boreas.
Shiny shackle?
Elijah! These things.
Now I'm Rome.
Is that who I think it is?
Yeah? Yeah? Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow. I didn't think you made it out after the games. Your sister's been so worried about you. Narina, you had noticed this to be Titus, your stepfather.
Yeah, I was worried about you guys too. A lot's been going on. Are you guys okay?
I mean, as good as we can be, you know, I mean, life per usual, and then all of a sudden after the games, everything just went to hell. It got super dark and sludgy down here. You know, cleaning this gunk out of, like, gills and things like that is not as easy as people make it look.
Yeah, I know. Are you gonna let us through? I need to see Mom.
Is that a dirt bubble that you're inside of? When did you learn how to do that?
I didn't. It was the cat. Listen, it was the only way to get us all down here. We all have to be here. We need to get to the temple as soon as possible, but I need to see Mom.
I understand. Fellas, open her up. As he says that, there's this giant line that goes up the side of, like, the dome, and it starts to slowly open. Not so much in the sense of, like, opening to let water rush in, but opening like a thin layer for you to be able to pass through, making it almost like semi-permeable. It's keeping out the outside stuff while allowing anything that it wants to allow in through inside, like through osmosis and stuff. Follow us, and the ships kind of go through and kind of lead you in that direction.
Norina's gonna push the dirt bubble into that direction.
As you guys pass through this veil that separates the outside water from the inside, all of a sudden it becomes a little more light, as if you're basically back up above water. Like Narina was describing to you guys, this is basically like an air dome that they've created for this society that they live in. Your bubble's slowly coming down into like the area where they usually station their boats before they go out through the waters, and as you land, your stepfather's kind of waiting for you outside of the boat.
Narina's gonna gently, very gently, drop the water from around the dome, just kind of land it on the ground there, and she's gonna hop on out.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it so that they can get out, and then I'm gonna like disperse the dirt just directly into a nice neat pile where we're at.
So sorry about the mess. We'll come back for this because we gotta like go through this stuff again later. Don't worry, it's not gonna stay here.
You've made
Maybe
some.
they have a better way for us to leave, you know.
You've made some pretty interesting friends in a short amount of time.
Yeah, it's a story.
Hey,
Mom?
listen, go.
And Narina's gonna head off towards the house, and she's waving Elijah and Shiny in Rome.
Elijah follows.
I also follow, and I look at Elijah and I go, he thinks we're interesting.
Works for me.
I'll be right behind them.
Well, okay, you guys, take care. He's kind of like scratching his head. I don't remember having that many friends. kind of goes back off to go do his own thing. As Narina's kind of making a beeline towards her home where her sister and her mother would be at, you would notice that the entirety of this domain that you guys are in is more academy built, if anything, than a regular town. It's more like the remnants, or not the remnants, it's built in the sense of like a college, basically.
Like a university campus.
Very much so, like A tier, D1, basically, top of the state, or top of the country type university. You can see people kind of like moving in and out through their different like areas, people going into different buildings. You can notice that classes are going on in session at this time. There's people in certain areas like kind of having like study groups and whatnot. Other people engulfed in like very serious games of chess and things like that. Just a lot of intellectual activities going on. And for a brief second, Narina disappears as a crowd of scholars are kind of going past you. Kind of in between. She snuck her way through the crowd in that situation. For a brief moment, the three of you are going to be separated from Narina because these scholars are all kind of taken back. Wow, I've never seen someone as tall as he is. Is that a paladin there? Oh my gosh, I wonder what his armor is made out of. Guys, there's a cat.
I'm. Let's see.
You guys are being completely surrounded by this entire crowd of people.
Elijah looks to them all and goes, all right. I know we're all interesting. Who wants to fuck the cat? Don't make it weird.
Hold on. She like scans the crowd and like gets up on her tippy toes. You look cute.
Oh my god.
It was like blushing like, oh my god.
Nope. We have a winner. Hey. Alright. There are nomads?
I have a few lives to spare.
Y'all are out of pocket.
The tail comes in handy if you know what you're doing.
Can I notice?
This is what you get for forcing us to separate.
Yep. You did this.
I didn't think that separation turns into the fucking like that's crazy.
What are we supposed to do now?
Yourself.
The plot is with Narina.
Can Marina see this happening?
Yes, you can hear this giant crowd, and all you like, you're confused as to where all these people are coming from. You realize that they're probably surrounding your friends, and you're wondering, I don't know, maybe blah blah blah. All you hear is, so who wants to fuck the cat? And you just automatically know what's going on here.
Okay. Marina is going to stand up on her tippy toes and yell, as students of the Azure Academy, you should all recognize a tabaxi.
Yeah, but also like he's a little sparky, so that could be fun for some of you.
That you all might want to back away, please. Can everyone move?
You're ruining your fun, Narina.
Narina's gonna cast tidal wave.
I'm gonna fucking fight
You cast tidal wave?
She's going to. Oh no, she's gonna cast Bowl of Water. And she's literally going to part these.
This water goes in between the crowd, and then everyone just gets pushed aside. In the process of this water going in between everyone before she parts the seas, literally, you guys would be kind of in the midst of that as well, so that when it does part, it's like you guys are inside of this giant bubble and you're left in the center while everyone else is pushed to either side of the courtyard. So yes, unfortunately, Shiny, you are getting wet.
Perfect. Shiny goes and then hisses at you again like a middle school cat girl.
I'm screaming.
No, Shiny's screaming.
Okay, I deserve that. We gotta go.
We were
You're the one
going.
that slipped away. We were going.
Yeah. Slow down.
Keep up. I'm just gonna turn around
Or
and walk
slow
really
down.
faster.
as you're walking through these different halls, making all these turns and navigations through, the blue flames that are illuminating this give off a somber glow. And you hear a voice as you're rounding one of the corners. Oh my god, I thought that was you! Narina, you would notice this as Nichelle, your sister. Goodness, I thought we weren't ever gonna see you again. And she runs up and like embraces you in a hug. Hurry, please, you have to come in. It's gotten worse since the last time. And then she kind of starts to drag you, but she looks behind. Oh,
Yes, this is Rome, Shiny, and Elijah. They are with me. Don't touch them.
With her, but not allowed to have any fun.
No.
Elijah, the rest of us are fine.
oh my gosh.
Oh, it's just out.
Okay.
Whatever, it's fine. And she takes you guys into this room. As she opens the door, you see your mother laying in her bed. Not as pristine per usual, but this would be Narina's mother, Tarni. As she's laying there on the bed, there's various bottles, different bowls with different salves and remedies that they've tried whipping up there, bandages, all types of just different instruments used to try and help with her affliction. Narina, I don't know, it's like I tried doing some of the things that we studied, and I know you went to go look for things, and I did as best as I could, and I don't know, her condition just isn't getting any better no matter what I give her. It's like...
I know. It's okay. I've got some new ideas, but I'm kind of in the middle of something, and it's gonna have to wait. And she's gonna run over to her mom and grab her hand, and she's gonna start checking her vital signs and seeing how she's doing.
Her pulse is very weak. It's not super faint, but you can tell that she's not in the best condition, almost as if she's kind of struggling to just breathe regularly at this point. She's taking like shallow breaths, but is kind of laying there. As she feels you checking on her, she starts to slowly wake up a little bit. Oh, is that my girl?
I'm here.
Oh, you look so good, you know. When I heard you were picked for the games, it was really interesting, especially since I didn't think that you would ever put those books down and go see the world for what it really was.
Well, let's be clear about one thing. I never put the book down.
Kind of been stealing them as we go.
Shush. Mom, I have some new ideas. A new hypothesis. I'm gonna try to work it out, but first, I have to go see Tempestus.
So you hear her too?
You're hearing Tempestus?
As she says this, the room grows black. You and your mother. And then you start to see a vision of Tempestus. Narina, you must rid Oshia of this plague.
How?
The source of the contamination, it's here in the temple. It's taking it over.
Okay, so your mic didn't pick that up, but I heard it, and I didn't like it at all.
It's fine, because I didn't like it either. Oh, damn.
Okay. I'll be there. I'll be there soon. I promise.
I don't know. It's ever since you left to go compete in the games, I've been hearing Tempestus more and more, and she sounds like she's hurt.
I know. There is a darkness. A sixth deity. You may have read about it. Do you remember those studies that we did? It must have been hundreds of years ago by now.
Velkalth has been released?
It is possible. Either he's been released or he's using his power through this post. We're not sure.
Sweetheart, and as she kind of like shakily reaches up to like hold your hand, you have to be careful. The waters around the temple are not what they used to be. I know the creatures that are normally there have changed.
They have been corrupted, haven't they?
Your mother starts to go into a coughing fit, and as she moves her hand, you can see blood.
Okay, we're gonna go. We're gonna fix this, and then I'm coming straight back here, and I'm gonna fix you. I promise. You and Tarni.
Your mother starts to reach up as if she wants to say something to you, and then kind of just lays over and passes out. Nichelle looks over to you. Don't worry, I'll do what I can, but please hurry.
Nuri is gonna look to her sister, and she's gonna pull out the scroll of medicinal herbs that she stole from the last place that we were at. Here's where we need to start. Get with your dad and see if you can send out a team to go find these herbs. They're going to be located near the shore side.
I'll get right on it.
That's our next lead. It's all I've got.
Trust me, this helps us a ton. And she runs out and goes to find her dad.
Noreen's going to turn back to the group. Okay, well, and like she's visibly like shaking. We gotta get to the temple next.
I don't think we should.
You don't think we should? What do you mean?
What do you hope to accomplish at the temple?
Have to free Tempestus.
Which accomplishes what?
Tempestus will have the power to help us fix this.
And empower the Dark Deity.
Yes. This is true, but Tempestus is what has kept this toxin at bay all of these years. She's been growing weaker and weaker over the centuries. Her power still remains. The entire bubble around the city that keeps everything safe, it is all based on her power. We can't leave her corrupted like this. It would make everyone at risk.
It's your people. We'll do it your way.
Narina's gonna run over to the back to the
Battery
pile
low.
of dirt.
Yep, though I guess we're going back to the pile of dirt, and I'm forming a ball again with windows and a door that we can get in and out of. I'm gonna be descriptive this time and not let someone else tell me what it is.
Hey, Rome, you have a lot of feedback coming from your end.
1 sec.
Charging battery.
Feedback is gone. Kind
No,
of.
it's not.
I was gonna say kind of. Never mind. Like it came back slightly.
Better. It's better.
It's better. No, it's not.
Nope. Never mind.
It's giving train station.
It's an echo. You have a reverb thing going on. Whatever it is, it's preventing us from your gun. From hearing you.
It just disappears.
You have to go on push to talk.
It's got me out too. Not because it's heard me the last few times. Can you guys hear me?
Very barely.
It's like a squeaky fan belt.
Yeah.
It's probably the cricket in my
I've been thinking about it for about 20 minutes.
I thought it was a cricket outside. That's sometimes I was like, damn, these switches are loud out here.
Or it might be outside. I can't tell.
Screaming.
It's probably your ceiling fan, if I'm honest.
Julie said,
You're never feeling better right now, though.
Giving cricket.
Yes, it's much better now.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Back on my laptop. I don't know how long it's going to stay online.
Don't worry, we're not gonna hold you hostage for much longer. Unless I am. Wahahaha. No. As you guys are going back towards where you came in and Shiny's formulating this bubble, there's a brief moment where you see this blinding white light on the outside of the dome. And then this blinding white light turns into a giant array of multi-colored fish that are like swimming by in a school. Narina, this is the first time in a while that you would have seen any of the natural like wildlife around here looking alive. As you've known for quite some time now, the waters of Oshia have been affected by the different pollutions from all the other lands, whether intentional or unintentional, and it's definitely done a number on the ecosystem itself. But there's bits and pieces from the different parts of like restoration projects that your people have been trying to do to kind of bring some of the life back, and you're starting to see some of those results. For this brief moment in the midst of this chaos, trying to take care of your mom and figure out how to go and help Tempestus in this situation and getting everything ready for the temple, you have a moment of just peace.
Irina's just like looking up at everything and just takes a big sigh. We have to fix this. And not just for me. Not just for Oshia. But for all of you guys. I can only imagine what the rest of the world looks like right now.
Elijah nods and goes, "You're right. I respect that. But that doesn't mean this is the only way. It just seems like the easiest."
I was thinking, obviously, they're making it so obvious. He's made it so obvious that we have to do this, that we have to go and restore the deities and absorb the power ourselves. But Elijah, you're right, delivering this power straight into the hands of people that we don't want it to have. I can't
entirely
think of
agree
any
with
other
that
way.
either.
What do you mean?
If there's anything I've learned in my travels, it's that there has to be a harmony. Any one thing imbalanced, and literally everything that's fucked gets fucked. Darkness is a part of that balance, and I'm not saying we're gonna sit here and change big, bad, annoying, pestering, mind warping reality demigod of the land and seas person's mind. But darkness has a place, and maybe if we weren't so reliant, things would not be playing out the way that they are to begin with. I don't know what it would take to get rid of the poison. But the trash? If your people are waiting on a prayer for it to all disappear, yeah, this might help. But how long till it all goes back? This wasn't the work of the gods that put this here. It's been here for years, decades. We have to accept a level of responsibility, not only in neglecting a literal sixth element that helps keep the balance of this world, but in our lack of effort across this world and taking care of it. This is the core reason I don't like people. So let's do it your way, because we need a solution now. But if your people don't change, it's all a temporary fix. And yeah, we can't hand the powers off to this person, but if there's a way that we can find a way to bring harmony, then the world doesn't have to suffer this way again. Sealing it back away, killing it, those aren't solutions. That's not balance.
Well, time will tell if you're right.
We're all in the bubble still, yeah. Just making sure I hadn't like completely lost the concept of time. What if we didn't kill it, but found a way to divide it without killing it? I mean, it's a god. Killing it would be difficult.
Yeah, killing a deity.
We haven't even killed our gods. We just absorbed them.
To be honest, I think until we're ready to make that move, we shouldn't mention it. Because it's in our heads. Which means it's probably listening. For now, let's focus on this temple. And saving these people how we can.
That's a good idea.
Before we move forward, we gotta have some countermeasure.
Agreed.
All right, to the temple.
To the temple.
You're muted.
This this school of fish that you guys are seeing outside of the dome kind of go off into the distance, and you see that light starting to slowly fade, almost as if it's a sign that things can get better, a glimmer of hope in the distance, if you will. You've successfully created this bubble again, with windows this time. As you're getting ready to go out, Narita, your stepfather, runs up to you guys. Hey, listen, I know there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of scary things that are out there in the water, so I know that's probably something that you guys should be worried about. And obviously you guys are all like super capable, I'm assuming, because you were chosen as champions. It makes sense. It makes a whole lot of sense. Maybe it doesn't make too much sense, because I think you guys are all really... yes, sorry.
Titus, it's okay. I've got this. We've got this.
You really are your mother's child. You're very determined, and once you're set in your ways, there's no stopping you, is there?
I'm afraid not. As long as you don't go into my room again.
Do you have more magazines and posters and calendars?
I have nothing. There's nothing in there. Don't go into my room.
Magazines and posters and... Listen,
I want to go to your room now.
I'll never understand girls. They're an interesting breed. Hey, just...
Look, Titus, buddy. Narina likes the fishtail. Okay? That's it. That's all it comes down to.
Covers her little mouth. Giggles.
Get the band-aid off with you, buddy.
Narina's just gonna bury her head in her hands. Did my sister find you?
We're just about to head out. That way we've already sent a few parties out. I'm gonna go towards the eastern shore and see what I can do based on the information she gave us. This might be able to help save your mother.
If it does. If it helps. There's something else I'd like you to do.
And name it.
I know you have connections all over the lands. I know your boats travel everywhere. You need to start talking to people. Our entire clan, they keep to themselves. They stay within what they know. And if we branch out, if we talk to people, maybe we can stop this. We can stop the trash from flowing in. Find out how they're discarding things, where the poisons are coming from. Maybe we can stop it at its source instead of trying to put a band-aid on it over and over and over again.
Yeah, change. Yeah. We gotta start somewhere, right?
I know it's a lot, but you can start with the tidal waves. The currents, it's bringing it in from somewhere. Follow the currents backwards. Figure out exactly where it's coming from. We can't just blame Lavar for all of this. It has to be more.
I'll do what I can. He kind of looks at you, and I know, since I married your mom, it's not like we've been the best, but I appreciate you relying on me a little bit.
You're annoying, but you're not so bad.
Go out there and save the world. And he jumps into his ship and takes off.
Right. Towards the temple then.
You guys get into this bubble and you go through this film heading towards the temple. As you're going out, and this layer is starting to close back around and keep in the air basically and everything for the temple, so it's not just letting random things pass through. You see a brief glimpse of your home one more time before you start plunging into the darkened, murky waters towards the temple.
Rena's gonna look at Elijah. Fishtail.
Seeing as you're not a fan of outsiders, I figured I didn't want to tell them about the calendars of LeVar people. Can I be more specific next time?
No. You could keep my private information away from my stepfather. That is a serious encroach on boundaries. Did you never learn boundaries?
Did the conversation
Is it
stop?
private if we all know?
I've never had friends, or compadres, or a team. I work alone, normally, so I don't know how all this works. But usually you keep secrets, right? Isn't that a thing? I've read about that.
There's only two rules, okay? Rule number one, never let someone know everything about you.
You mean like your mother?
She was different.
I read her death record in LeVar.
And you know she was different.
Tiny very quickly makes herself very busy.
She's sweeping her dust bubble.
Oh, woman to earth.
With things like that, though, if someone doesn't want to talk about it, there's usually a good reason.
Normally.
I can
You
only
had your
assume
chance,
that a lot.
and you didn't say anything. Why?
You lost me. I don't know who was talking to who there.
Oh, sorry.
I think she was talking to you.
Okay, say it again.
She said you had your chance in front of the king, and you said nothing. Why?
Well, it's not going to solve anything. I told you. I'm a fan of people. What we sought to do, the way the crystals of the Elm Kingdom have helped civilization move forward, be less reliant on prayers and gods, and less destruction of other natural resources. It's more crucial. The opportunity to take advantage of that wherever we've gone. Well, I don't want to burn those bridges.
And here I thought you were all about vengeance.
Not really a fan of vengeance. Like I said, what does it solve?
If we don't give people the chance to change, then how can they change?
Unless we have to force them to change. Let's hope not.
But you can't really do that. Unfortunately, in this world, I have control over exactly one person.
Is that your
That's
friend
me.
Cleo?
No.
Like I could control Cleo. You're crazy.
I just goes,
me.
you know, with a shot collar.
Oh my gosh.
Leave that to you.
He laughs and looks to Rome. What about you? You're very high and mighty, but what's the point of it all? What do you want out of this?
That's an answer I can't really give you right now. I'm going along with it because it feels like the right thing to do in terms of helping others. But I do question it at times.
One thing's for sure, man. Something doesn't add up. And I'm not interested in playing into shit like that. Too many lives at stake.
And we are going to cut tonight's episode right there. Meanwhile,
Oh.
oh, sorry. Back in the kingdom of Zifa, in the throne room, the king is hanging upside down. As he's battered and bruised, blood dripping from his face, guards all throughout the throne room itself completely bloodied and eviscerated. Xeon's walking towards him. You know, I just find it really funny that these were the champions. They've got some spunk to them for sure, I'll give them that, but I don't know. I don't think they have what it takes to really bring out all the latent power of these deities and put me down. The king looks at him. You don't understand what destiny is, then. They're going to gather all the power that they need to put you down. No matter what evil tricks you play, there's no way you can stop them from doing it. Ah, King, that's where you've got me wrong. See? They'll either assimilate to me or die trying. He slits the king's throat. And that, my friends, is the end of tonight's episode. How you guys feeling?
Oh boy. Whew.
Excited.
I wish my internet was working better. You guys kept cutting out and hearing everything.
The king was very annoying, so.
she's like on one hand.
No loss to us.
Did I kill him off because I don't want to do his voice anymore later on? What? No, who said that?
That's wild. Yeah.
No. Oh, okay. Well, thank you guys all so much for coming out tonight. We always appreciate all of you guys that come out, for bringing new friends, all you returning fans coming out. We just really appreciate all the support here. We really do. Clockwise, starting with Rome, tell us who you are, who you play, where they can find you.
Hello. Hello, Rome.
That was some
terrifying.
horror movie stuff for real.
Shit.
It's like,
I'm glad we got that on camera.
that's funny.
8:30 p.m.
He said his name is Rome. He plays Rome the Relentless. You can find him at Rome Rise at Instagram and here at 8:30 p.m. on Roll for Trauma. Next, Shiny.
I'm Cole. I play Shine Shekel. You can find me on TikTok at Cholioli, same as my the Twitch name, or here on Roll for Trauma.
Elijah.
I know you're not last now.
Yeah, Elijah, that would be you.
Hello. I'm Eddie. I play Elijah Zafir. You can find me here, Roll for Trauma, of course, but you can also check out Mystery_Online if you want to see me doing any of the gaming shit.
Hello, I'm Violet. You can find me on TikTok at Violently Colored, or you can find me here on Wednesday nights on Roll for Trauma. Make sure to check out our new monthly one-shot kind of thing that's coming up called Collective Co. And we'll see you guys around.
And I'm Deontay. I play the DM this campaign. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Dapper_Bacon 2.0. You can find me here on Roll for Trauma. Oh. I'll be here. Thank you so much for following. We appreciate that. Speaking of following, make sure you follow us on our Instagram, our TikTok, our YouTube. Make sure you join the Discord server so you can be in the know for all the things that are happening here with all the upcoming campaigns. Just having those opportunities to just interact with the community. I know they have watch parties during the campaigns, which are really fun. I've sat into some of them. They are just as unhinged in there as they are here in the chat and in the campaign. So, it's always a fun time there. With that being said, make good choices, drink water, don't forget to smile. Till next time, guys. We'll see you next time. Say bye, guys. Bye, chat. Bye.
Bye, players.
Bye guys, bye chat, bye players.
Thank you.
Bye.